Alright, so there was a nice little Beetle that I released out to the wilds a few days ago. I figured I would go here real quickly, show you how I built that odd monstrosity, and it actually works really well. I have been having a lot of fun with it, and it is just a really simple VTOL that it's based on an SSTO that I'm building, but let me go ahead and show you how to do this thing. Grab our new probe Odine, and with this one you get a few connectors. We're going to go ahead and drop this big one here. We need this. This is actually going to sit right inside and give us our nice platform for everything to kind of be based on. So it just snugs right in there and just does a really good job. So we need to actually grab our octagonal struts, because these are what we're going to use for our seat platform. Because what's going to happen is we're going to go and create all of our fuel is going to be in various places in a circle. So I want to have this out of the way a bit, so we can do something like that, and then later on we're going to actually fold these down once we have all of our fuel situated. So now let's go ahead and grab our Mark 0 fuselage, and we're going to drop this here. We're going to switch this up to radial, and we are going to now drop this to there and give all of these we want. Now I use a lot of these because I like it to be as well balanced as I can. So that being said, I do use a lot of those Mark 0 fuel tanks, because that's where we're going to get the platform. It's going to work as our basis for our light engines that we're going to use, because those give you the best flight time, and even though they don't gimbal, it actually works just fine because we have this giant SAS at the center, so we don't have to worry about it doing anything funky. So let's go ahead and grandpa that one, and we're going to take 2 more of these, and we're going to do the same thing. Okay, so now what we need to do is take our engine, and that's going to be this really simple Juno, and we're going to slap that on there, and you'll see we have a really good flight time, and our TWR is still pretty high. We could drop another tank on here if we wanted, just to get a little additional flight time and bring our TWR more to closer to 1.5. So, be about half throttle. We should be able to lift off pretty easily. Let's go ahead and get this now adjusted. We're going to rotate these. You only want to rotate on the straight ones, not the angled ones. Save yourself a lot of headache. Alright, so let's angle this up. We're going to angle up 5. Now, what we can do here is go here. And you're probably wondering, how is our Kerbal supposed to see outside of this thing with this piece right here? Don't worry. We're about to angle this right back on down, and then we're going to rotate everything. So let's go ahead and do this. And then go here. Once again, we're not going to rotate anything that's not straight. And then we can do the same thing here. And give me one more tick back here. Perfect. Okay, so that's going to give us a nice little spider design. This works really well because it's so well balanced. It's so well balanced. I love it. Okay, so let's go here. Let's lift this up. And then go back some. And this is just for, this is purely aesthetic value right there. This we can actually leave just like it is. I'm not too worried about that. All of our intakes are right there. And we have this nice little design. Now we need to have something to keep this thing from smashing into the ground. You can use wheels if you would like. You can just take some wheels here and fix that. rotate that around, throw some here, throw some here. Doesn't really matter because we're going to slide these out. So we don't want this one to have any steering, but we do need to now take this and extend this out so it's covering our SAS, because we don't want our SAS to hit the ground. So we're just going to use 4 wheels here. And that's going to cover all of our SAS. So, next thing we need to do, we're going to actually do full brakes on the front and back. Okay, so what we need now is lift. We need control. So I like to use these Delta Deluxe winglets, because you can actually come here and have a nice little design. Or you can come here and do your little thing here. This right here took me a little bit of finagling, but what you eventually can get is this goes like this. And then I actually took this here and rotated this so it's nice and level in there. Slide this over like so. So it's right there in the center. And you can kind of get the gist for it right there. Just about right. A little bit more. Okay. So from here, if you want, you can actually add in your additional wings and different control surfaces. You can actually come back here if you have... Oops, that's the wrong ones. So we can come here and we can actually add this in, or we can come here and add this into here. But I don't want to use those particular ones because what it's going to do is throw off our lift. You see right here, things are a little funky already, but we're going to hopefully be able to correct this. You can also go here. I think this actually might give us a little less of a rough time, as the game is not going to properly translate how this is going to look for us. So you can go like this here, and that's going to give you almost a perfect balance. It's going to say things are all wrong, but based on my previous experience, you can ignore almost everything it's telling you, because we are flying Beetle. We really don't care what it's telling us too much right now. We're just going to drag this down a bit. And to kill the Z fighting, you just make sure that one's slightly lower than the other. Easy peasy. So let's drag this in. Drag this in. And right now, I'm just trying to make sure it looks okay. Alright. And same over here. Okay, that'll do it for us. Now we can actually come here if we wanted, and this, what we're putting on here in the middle, these actually aren't going to be actuating parts. These are actually just going to be so we can smooth out all this on the inside. So we're just going to actually turn all these off. And then we go here and rotate this so it looks okay. You see we have a little bit of an angle here. There we go. A lot better. Oh, too far. Okay, there we go. Okay. If we want it, we can actually dip this down a bit. Like so. Rotate this. And this is, again, these aren't doing anything. They're just purely for looks. Alright. So let's go ahead and we can do this. Depends on how you want it to look. I really like everything to be pretty uniform. So I'm going to go right to here and dive that down. Okay, so that gives us that little platform there. Looks good. Now we need to put our units on the outside. These actually will be in use, so let's make sure that we don't bollocks this up too badly. Alright, I think I can still use these. This one's slightly bigger than my previous one, but it should still work. These are all slightly turned, which is throwing off our lift. It appears. It's really hard to get these straight though. Okay, that one's good. And now we just have to fix these. Still shows our center of lift way up and way to the side, but we're gonna have to rock with that. So let's go ahead and fix these so they're angled. And then come here, fix this one. We want this just to come to a sharp peak there. And then lower this, ever so slightly, raise this. This one's actually slightly angled as well. And now we can actually come here and grab, I think this should fit this here. We're just gonna rotate that. There you go. And now we have our little UFO. Our little Beetle UFO. We're going to turn off the yaw. We're going to turn off the yaw. We don't really need a lot of yaw for this one. What we do need to do is auto strut this in. And these should already be auto strutted. And now we have our ready to fly UFO. We're going to... We just need to fix this seat situation we're currently in. So let's go ahead and we're going to take a... I want to take an RTG and put an RTG in here. The reason I'm going to use the RTG is because if we're doing flight at night, that's going to be a lot better for the flight. And that one does not... Oh dear, what do we do? Oh. It does not have a symmetry mode, so we're gonna have to just do this by one. Okay, and now we need to go ahead and do our seating. So let's go ahead and we want our Kerbal to have a bit of a seat in the air a bit here, so we're gonna rotate this down. And then we're going to rotate this also down. I think about right there. Right there? Yeah, that's good. And this is nothing more than just to give a nice little platform right there. Okay, so let's go ahead and lower this all down. Raise this one up. And now we need to make a little seating thing for our Kerbal. So what you can do, this is where it's really preference here, but this is my preference. I like to do is do this right there. And you can see it kind of gives me a nice little, I actually somehow managed to get that near accurate. And we can take a seat up top here. You can rotate this seat around. And now what we're going to do is come here, we're going to slide it forward. We're going to make sure it's straight up and down because it's totally not. Okay, so now we can actually take this and slide it forward and slide it down. And then we just gotta line it up right here with those two bars right in the middle of that back beam, and it's ready to rock. Let's just go ahead and put some stabilization on this. Like so. Okay, and there you go. That should be fine. Now, you see right here is showing us that our lift is way off of our center of mass. We're not too worried about that. We're going to call this our Beetle UFO 2. And we're going to assign a Kerbal to our seat, which you can do in 1.5 and up. Does not take the DLC for that. And let's fly. Let's see how well this works. First things first, our Kerbal is perfectly seated for visibility. Check. Alright, let's hit our brakes for this. Check. Did not tip over, flip over, or anything. Engines are go. Let's give it a nice little half throttle. Takes a little bit more on first lift off because the wheels seem to suction into the ground. And we're about to lift. Everything just stabilized really nicely. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to find the median. Come on. There you go. So yeah, once you first get off the ground, what you'll see is it tends to suction into the ground first. Alright, so we actually have a really stable craft. And now we just lean forward, give it some more throttle. If you see yourself going down too fast, just lean up a bit. And now you have your little UFO aircraft that is ready for flight over Kerbal or Duna if you switch it up engines and fuel. Of course, for Duna it probably wouldn't work as well because you'd have a lot less flight time. So yeah, this is my current design. I really like this one because it's a lot of fun to fly around. And with that big SAS, you can do a lot of wild things with this one. Instead of building helicopters, this is what I've been doing. I've been actually having a lot of fun designing and flying this Beetle. And once you get it up to speeds, you can actually lean down, pick up some speed, come back around the building. All your base belong to us. This is fantastic and I love it. So this is like my latest fun craft that I've been designing, trying to build better increments of it. Before I was just using one single engine in the middle and that got a little boring because, you know, it kind of limits what you can do. This one's a lot more stable and has allowed me to, as you can see here, even come up here. And I could land up here, but I'm enjoying my flight a little bit too much, and I don't want to. So we're still going to continue flying this one on off to the sunset. So if you like what you see, and hit that like button, drop me a comment, let me know what you think. This one has 52 minutes of flight. We could even fly over to the island base if we wanted. We have plenty of flight time in this craft. So let's go ahead and make our, we're going to head on over there, but we're not going to keep you here for all that. So definitely hope you like what you see. Try your own version, see what you can get going. This is a lot of fun to have in the game. I actually was flying this on LMP, a version of this on LMP, and it is a hoot to you can just sit back and watch everybody do their thing. and you're just stable right there in the air. It's fantastic. So hopefully you hopefully you've enjoyed this. Give me a thumbs up if you have, and share this out to your friends and all that good stuff. And try not to crash into the ground. Fly safe, like Scott Manning likes to say. Fly it safe, my friends. But yes, I love this craft, and I hope you will too. Peace. Oh man, I want to go and do a UFO. I need BD Armory lasers all of a sudden.